Hi everybody, welcome to this week 3 module video. So in this video, we're going to cover some of the components in this week 3 of the semester. So we're going to be covering two sections in this week. We're going to be covering sections 2.2 and sections 2.3. So we're going to be learning essentially two methods to solving differential equations. So last week we looked at how to solve a differential equation graphically with the slope fields and the solution curves. And this week we're going to learn how to solve them analytically, meaning like specific methods to solve them by hand on our own. Okay. So we're going to look at two of them. That's the idea separable method and the linear equation uh, form. Okay. But that's the idea. So here are the learning objectives and what's going on this week, essentially, in terms of assignments. So here's our learning objectives, solve separable differential equations, solve linear equations. Okay, we're just going to learn how to solve a couple of differential equations in two different ways. And here's a couple of things that you need to watch out for. So make sure if you're watching this video, that means uh, you know where to find it. So you're watching this week 3 module video. Make sure you watch the lecture videos for section 2.2 and section 2.3. I got a couple of videos going over different examples, so make sure to check those out. Copy down notes, pause the video, try them out yourself. Okay. Going over the examples, but I could explain as much as I like, but it's always good if you try them out. Okay. Same thing, got the homework discussion. Make sure to work on that. Post a problem, respond to two others. And we got our usual homework three. So problems from section 2.2, 2.3 out of the book. And then we got our weekly quiz. Okay, so quiz two, and that'll be from sections 2.2 and 2.3. Okay, so that's what's going on this week. Let me get a little deeper into what's going on. So, homework assignment, homework discussion, those are pretty straightforward. Let me go to the homework discussion. Okay, so here's the homework discussion. Uh, it'll be due Tuesday next week, not Monday. Monday's a holiday. It's President's Day, I think. One of those holidays. And I don't want you guys submitting anything on a holiday. Like you should be able to take that day off as well, even though it's online for this class. So I'm gonna not make anything due that day, and I'll make this discussion due Tuesday, post due Wednesday. Okay, so you got an extra day to work on it. You could do it Monday if you want, but I'm just not making it due Monday. Okay, that wouldn't be fair. So you get an extra day to do it. That's what I want to say. And then, here are the selected problems. Make sure you're doing the selected problems. You're not just posting any problem from the homework. These are the specific questions that I want you guys to post. All right. So keep it within these. If you post an outside problem, not from this list, it's not going to get the credit. Okay. So that's the discussion. Homework three, be due Thursday as usual. Okay. Sections 2.2, 2.3 out of the book. And then here are the problems. Okay. So a little bit more than what you've been working with. We've been kind of ramping up a bit because now we're going to actually get into solving differential equations. Now we're learning how to do it. Now you got to go out there and solve these equations. Okay. So some more practice on how to do these. Okay. So that's the idea. Moving forward, we have our quiz. Okay. So this quiz is a little different than our first quiz. This is quiz two. Okay, so let me give you a little preview to it. This is short quiz is about a couple questions here. But what I need you to do is submit your work to this quiz. Okay, so you're gonna need to submit your quiz to all of these excuse me, you're gonna need to submit your solutions to all these questions. Okay, so after you complete it, you should be working on your answers during the quiz one by one. And so you got to submit your work within 15 minutes. Okay, I think that's a good enough period. Upload your work 15 minutes there's a quiz submission spot. down below in the module. Submit your work in there within 15 minutes and you're good. Okay. That's all you got to do. Uh, so if your work isn't submitted within 15 minutes, that's a red flag. Like, I don't know, like, you know, that's pretty uh not a good look. And then, if your solutions look like AI and look nothing like what I'm teaching in this class, I'm going to give it a zero. Okay. Like you could get the question right on the quiz, but if looks nothing like what I'm teaching in this class and you're using crazy symbols, um, I'm going to give you a zero. Okay. That's how it works. But it works the same as always. Like you get three versions of each question to get it right. And it's timed. Once you start, you got to finish it, but a little different that you got to submit work because these problems take some work, right? If you're watching the videos and examples and doing the homework, then it takes a bit of time to work these through, okay? But once again, if your answers look crazy, I'm gonna give it a zero, okay? That's the deal. Okay, so that's the quiz, and then here's where you submit your work. Just says quiz two submission, okay? And if you don't submit your work within 15 minutes or don't submit your work at all, your quiz again is zero. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay. And if you ask me, I'll redirect you to this video right here. Say, hey, I said this in the video. You should have paid attention to it. You should have read the directions. All right. So, you guys are in this class. There shouldn't be as much funny business as there would be in a lower level class, but you never know. I don't know. So, here's the directions. If you don't follow them, it's going to get a zero. No, no ifs, ands, or buts. All right. Um, just a precaution. All right. So submit your work here as a PDF. Make sure all your work's there. No crazy solutions. All right. Um, just do the work. All right. So that's pretty much it. Same business as always. For each content 2.2, 2.3 lecture video. Got a couple lecture videos with different examples here. And then same thing for 2.3. Got a lecture video with a couple examples, and then here's the notes that you can follow along with, or want to try out the problems yourself. Maybe watch the videos, or maybe you don't. I don't know, but um, this is what the class is based off of. All right. Uh, okay. So, that's pretty much it. Same, same stuff as always. So hopefully you get to the conclusion. You complete all these tasks. Um, you watch the videos, discussion board, quiz, and homework. All right. And then next week, we're going to learn a couple more methods, another analytical way, and then one numerical way where we can use an iterative process to solve a differential equation that we can't solve by hand. Okay, so that's it. Hope you guys are watching this video. I get questions sometimes, and it's like, man, I said this in the video, multiple videos. Like, someone asked me like, "Hey, what's quiz 2.1 on?" Well, it's on section 2.1 that we have notes for and lectured on and have homework problems for. So I don't know. Hope you guys are watching the videos. If not, I'm just like speaking to myself. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys have a good week. Let me know if you have any questions, and all the resources are in here once again. So take care. Have a good week. All right. Bye bye.